and welcome back into the FCS Huddle. I'm your host, Elliot Schall, alongside the FCS Senior Editor for Stats, Craig Haley. And hey, Craig, as the calendar has hit November, a lot of these coaches like to say that their freshmen are no longer freshmen and that they're mature and ready to make their mark into the FCS as so-called veterans. Now, we've talked a lot about some of these big-time freshmen, but one conference in particular that we've talked about, the Big Sky Conference, has a pair of freshmen that you're very, very high on. What can you kind of tell us about them?
Sure. I mean, you're talking about John Santiago, the running back at North Dakota, Case Cookus, the quarterback at Northern Arizona. They've really come on strong throughout October, taking it into November. Just tremendous. I mean, John Santiago's he's kind of a stout running back. He runs hard. He's going to be hard to tackle, gets to the outside. Case Cookus is one of the more efficient quarterbacks, and not just the Big Sky, but the entire FCS. His command of the offense, his leadership really belies his years. Those two really stand out on the offensive end as far as FCS freshmen.
Now, that's one quarterback, but who are some other quarterbacks that kind of stand out across the FCS?
Sure. I mean, I think Anthony Lawrence at San Diego has really, picked it up. That team's, been a power in the Pioneer League for a while. He's doing well. Cody Williams at Monmouth has had his moments. They beat Liberty. And then you look at the teams that had injuries. I mean, Zach Bednarsik has taken over for John Robertson at Villanova, starting to pick it up. Easton Stick at North Dakota State, he's in for Carson Wentz. I mean, that's the future right there, and they're trying to make sure the future is now.
Yeah, and as we've talked about on this show, the old adage, defense wins championships. So why don't we shift to the defensive side of the ball and look at some of the freshmen there? Who can you talk about?
Sure, I think that's a great question, Ellie. I mean, I think Andrew Van Kinkel really stands out from South Dakota. In the Missouri Valley. I mean, that you're talking defense, you're talking Missouri Valley Conference. He's been up there among freshmen in sacks and tackles for loss all year. I mean, he's doing well. I think you got to look at the linebackers as well. Solomon Brown at Charleston Southern. He's just been great. I mean, that team's doing really well. You look at Bethune-Cookman. You have Trenton Bridges. You have Dylan Weigel down at East Tennessee State. I mean, that's a new program coming back after a layoff, and he's been given that opportunity, taken full advantage of it. I think linebackers stand out this year, but the ball does flow to linebackers. They're going to get those stats. People will notice that. I mean, just a great year all around for freshmen.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. For more things on the standout freshmen from this season on the FCS, be sure to check out the website, fcs.football. Also on Twitter, at FCS_stats. And as I always say, please give Craig Haley a follow. Totally worth your time and totally worth your timeline, at Craig Haley. That's going to do it for us today. I'm Elliot Schall. Thank you for watching.